Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to another children's story corner. I hope that you've had a good Sabbath thus far, learning about Jesus, his love for us, and all he has done for us. Now, today, our story is entitled, It's Not the Water. Remember, this is lesson 10 in your books, and it's called, It's Not the Water. And before we begin our story, I want you to kneel with me as we have a word of prayer to begin our story. So just kneel with me or bow your heads and close your eyes. Dear Father, thank you for today. Thank you for everything you have done for us. We thank you for waking us up. We thank you for mummies and daddies, and especially for sending your son to die for us. May we today learn more about you through these Bible stories, and may we remember them and even share them with our friends. Help us to be more like you each and every day. In all these things we ask in your name. Amen. Now, who remembers the name of our story for today? That's correct. It's entitled, It's Not the Water. I wonder what this story is all about. But first, before we even start our story, we have to remember or repeat our memory text. Do you know where our memory text is taken from? Yes, it's taken from 2 Kings 5 verse 15. 2 Kings chapter 5 verse 15. And it says, Behold, now I know that there is no God in all the earth but in Israel. Wow, this story seems to be getting interesting. Now, you can also find the story in Prophets and Kings, page 244 and to 253. Once again, and you can ask Mommy and Daddy to read it for you. You can find the story in Prophets and Kings, pages 244 to 253. Now let's get to our story. I'm excited to see what it's all about. All right. Captain Naaman was a great soldier. So here is Captain Naaman. He was captain of the armies of Syria. His soldiers loved him, and he fought bravely, and they fought bravely under him. Captain Naaman was brave and loyal. In fact, in 2 Kings verse 1, it says he was a man of valor. So here's Captain Naaman. And do you see his army behind him? Yes, the soldiers are all behind him. Now, even his master, the king of Syria, was so pleased with him that he gave him much honor and glory. Now, Captain Naaman had a very lovely wife who attended to all his needs. She loved Captain Naaman, and he did everything to please him and make him happy. Do you know that Captain Naaman also loved his wife? He built her a lovely home and gave her servants to lighten her burdens. They took good care of her in the morning and all through the day. But despite all of Captain Naaman's honor and glory, in spite all of this and his soldiers loving him and fighting bravely under him, Captain Naaman was not happy. He was a leper. Do you know what a leper is? Yes, leprosy is a very terrible disease, and although his soldiers admired him and although they praised his courage and loyalty, many of them were afraid to come near him. Do you know why? It's because leprosy was very contagious. Yes, if you went near someone with leprosy, you would get it. So they were very afraid that they might catch the disease. Now, in the home of Captain Naaman was a little maid who loved Jesus very much. She prayed to Jesus every day. In fact, do you know that she had been taken from her home in Israel and brought to Syria by Captain Naaman? So she is a slave. Do you think she missed her mommy and daddy? I think she does. She missed the services in her church temple. She missed her family. She even missed her friends. But little maid did not pout or complain. Her little hands and feet were kept busy in her master's house. And one day, little maid, right here in our picture, saw her mistress crying. And she said, "Why are you crying?" And the mistress said to her, "Captain Naaman is very sick, and we don't know what to do," said the mistress with tears in her eyes. "I know a prophet in Israel who can help my master," said the little maid. Now a servant who heard the little maid ran and told Captain Naaman the news. Captain Naaman went and asked his king for permission to go to Israel. So here it is, Captain Naaman going to the king to ask permission. And the king said, Go to Israel, and I will send a letter," here's the letter, "with you. And also take with you 10 talents of silver and 6,000 pieces of gold and 10 changes of raiment or clothing." So here it is. They're all packing up to go to Israel to see the prophet Elisha. Now Captain Naaman took some of his servants and the fastest horses and rode off to Israel. "Giddy up," Captain Naaman said. Giddy up," his servant said, and the horses went faster and faster. Guess they were excited to get to Israel. Captain Naaman went to the king of Israel and gave him the letter from his king, the king of Syria. Good. And Captain Naaman gave the king the letter. Here we see they're giving the king of Israel the letter. But when the king of Israel read the letter, he became very fearful. Here he is, very fearful. And he said, "Am I God to kill and to make alive, that this man comes to me to help him to recover from his leprosy?" So the king is very terrified and he tore his clothes. He did not know what to do. But do you think there is a solution? Do you think they will be able to help Captain Naaman? Let's read on and see. And so Elisha sent a message and told the king, "Do not worry about it. Send Captain Naaman to me." So here's the king, and he's telling Captain Naaman, "Go to the prophet Elisha." So Captain Naaman got on his chariot, and with his servants, he rode off to the house of prophet Elisha. And they stood at the door of Elisha. Now when Elisha, here's prophet Elisha, saw Captain Naaman coming, he did not go out to meet him, but instead Elisha sent his servant Gehazi. Here's his servant Gehazi. So Captain Naaman saw the servant of prophet Elisha instead. And the servant said to him, "Go and wash in the river Jordan 7 times, and then you will come out all clean. Now, when Captain Naaman heard this, he was very angry and annoyed. He said, I thought the prophet Elisha would have come out and placed his hand over me and recover me from leprosy. That the river Jordan is muddy and dirty. How does he want me to wash in that river? In fact, back at home in Damascus, the rivers Abana and Pharpar are way more beautiful. And because he was so angry and annoyed, Captain Naaman turned around to go back home. He did not want to wash in the river. But one of his servants stopped him and said, I think you should do what the prophet says. Yes, do what he says, said all of the servants. So here is Prophet Elisha. So here is Captain Naaman. And he's there talking with his soldiers. And they're encouraging him to do the right thing and listen to Prophet Elisha. Do you think that Captain Naaman listened? I wonder. Let's read on and see. Yes, he did listen. He turned and he went to the river Jordan. So here it is, all his chariots and horses, all of his soldiers are with him, and he's down at the river Jordan. He waded out into the water. So here's Captain Naaman going into the water. I think he's a bit nervous, but we shall see what happens. And as soon as he got into the water, he decided to take a dip. Now come on, let us count and help Captain Naaman to take his dips into the water. Let us count. He dipped 1 time. He dipped 2 times. He dipped 3 times. And he came up. Were his spots gone? No, they were still there. We still have some more counting to do. He dipped 4 times and 5 times and 6 times, but the spots were still there. Now he has 1 more time to dip. And Captain Naaman, he dipped for the 7th time. And when he came up for the 7th time, what do you think happened? Yes, the spots were all gone. His skin was clean. He was well again. I see Captain Naaman looks happy in this picture. So yes, he must be very happy. Captain Naaman, so happy, rode back to the prophet Elisha and he thanked him. And he said, remember our memory verse, behold, now I know that there is no God in all the earth but in Israel. And do you know, he even tried to offer Prophet Elisha the treasures from his king. But Prophet Elisha did not take them. He was just happy that Captain Naaman was well again. But question, do you think it was the water that made Captain Naaman well? No, it was not the water at all. It was obeying the word of the prophet that made him well. Jesus made Captain Naaman well. And so Captain Naaman thanked Prophet Elisha and he went home and he thanked little maid. And do you know, after that Captain Naaman started to serve God. He knelt with his wife and said, thank you, God of Prophet Elisha. Thank you, God, for making me well again. You are such a wonderful God. And that, my darlings, is the end of our story of Captain Nemo. Now, it is question time. Let's see how much you remember from the story. Are you ready now for your questions? Let's see. Question number 1. Who was Captain Nemo? Who was Captain Nemo? Let's sit and think about the answer for this question. Do you think you know? Hosea, what about you? Or Hosanna? Or even Cadence? Yes, you are correct. Captain Naaman was the commander of the army of Syria. Question number 2. What was wrong with Captain Naaman? What was wrong? So yes, question 2. I hope you're thinking about it. What was wrong with Captain Naaman? Do you have the answer? And if you said he had leprosy, you're correct. Yes, Captain Naaman had leprosy. Question number 3. What good deed did Little Maid do? What good deed did Little Maid do? Think about it. Now I'm going to write my answer. I hope your answer is the same as mine. Giving you a few minutes to write yours. You got it? I hope you have this answer. She told Naaman to go and see Prophet Elisha. Yes, the little maid suggested or told her mistress that Captain Naaman should go and see the prophet Elisha. Question number 4. How many times did Captain Naaman dip in the river? How many times did Captain Naaman dip in the river? 2 times? 6 times? 12 times? Let's see if your answer matches mine. I hope you're writing in your answers or you remember your answers. Here is my answer for question number 4. How many times did Captain Naaman dip in the river? Excellent! He dipped 7 times. Now, on to question number 5. Who made Captain Naaman well again? Who made Captain Naaman well again? I'm going to write my answer. I'll give you time to think of yours and write yours as well. Does your answer match mine? I hope so. Jesus made Captain Naaman well again. Remember, it was not the water, it was Jesus. And the last question. What do you do when Jesus blesses you? What do you do when Jesus blesses you? I'll give you time to think. And think about what Captain Naaman did when Jesus blessed him. I'm going to write my answer, and you can write yours, or you can say out loud for mommy or daddy to hear. All right, and here is my answer for number 6, the last question. Yes, we must thank Him for blessing us. We must always thank Him for blessing us. And we should thank God for everything He has done for us. He has done so much. Little girls and boys, I hope you've enjoyed your children's story time this evening. I hope to see you next week as we look at another story. I wonder what's in store. See you next week. Bye.